think they shouldn't go all out for KL Rahul, because pretty sure they have like, I don't know how true uh rumors are, but like they're definitely eking out something for KL Rahul and trying to get him back. And as a fan, I love the way KL Rahul bats, such an elegant, classy batter. People who have just started watching cricket in the lockdown or 2 to 3 years ago won't know how aggressive a batter he actually was before he took the captaincy in the IPL.
All right, guys, this is the big one. We're going to be talking about auction strategy for RCB in the 2025 IPL auction. Uh, RCB is in the market for some Indian spinners, quality spinners that they can use at the Chinnaswamy. And they do need a wicketkeeper after the retirement of Dinesh Karthik. And they need some Indian middle order batsmen as well, just to strengthen that part of their team, which it might have been a weakness for them in the past. So, Rahul, what are you thinking with this auction?
So I think it's a great opportunity for RCB, to be honest. They've only retained 3 players for 21, 11, and 5. So they still have around 83 crores that they can spend to build a squad. And I think that's such a hefty purse, only behind Punjab Kings. And that gives them the luxury to buy any player they want, pretty much. But I think that luxury comes with a big danger, and it's really important that they don't get carried away and go for star-studded batters or overseas studs who have performed, or like the next big batter in the world right now. But it's really important to build a strong bowling core at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. They've tried for 16 years to pack their batting. They've had the likes of Chris Gayle, AB de Villiers. Virat Kohli is a permanent stay, no doubting his class. But they've tried with all those guys. They've had Shane Watson. They've had the likes of KL Rahul. They've had a lot of other star-studded quality batters, but it's not been able to produce the result. Yes, they've made 9 playoffs, and they're one of the most successful teams in getting to the playoffs. But to cross that hurdle, I feel that you need solid bowlers who can win you consistent games. Because at the end of the day, bowlers win you tournaments, batters only win you certain games. So I feel like with those 83 crores, they shouldn't get carried away trying to purchase the next big batter or some batter for 20, 30 crores, but instead focus on the bowling core. Like you said,
Yeah, I agree.
spinners at the Chinnaswamy are absolutely crucial. I think if they can get one of Yuzvendra Chahal or Ravi Ashwin, or if they can find a way to bag both, or try and go for Krunal Pandya as well, or some unknown spinner who is coming up the ranks, that would be a great option for them, because I feel that Yuzi Chahal has been a like unbelievable player for RCB, and he's one of the only players who has cracked bowling on that ground at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. So those 4 overs can be bankable with wickets being taken. And Ashwin is such a canny bowler, extremely smart, and I don't think he'll go for that much in the auction considering he's only 30. He's very old. So I feel that if they can get those two and also get a pace bowler like Shami or Siraj to complement Dayal, now that might be a bit expensive. I don't think Chahal and sorry, Ashwin will be too expensive, max 20, 25 crores for them. I'm saying the maximum. Shami or Siraj might go a lot, but if they can secure one of those guys, then they can try and buy foreign all-rounders and middle order batters to beef up their batting. But my opinion is that they should have a strong Indian fast bowling core and spin core with one foreign fast bowler like Kagiso Rabada or Nuwan Tushara to just give that burst in the middle overs or with the new ball, but then go with the Indian fast bowling core and maybe a foreign death bowler, and just pack your batting with uh, young Indian middle order batsmen who have not scout some middle order batters and also buy some overseas batters, so that you can really build a strong core to actually defend scores at the Chinnaswamy Stadium.
Yeah, I just wanted to add on to what Rahul said. The RCB were always a batting heavy team. Like they looked very strong batting on the paper, and at like grounds like Chinnaswamy, it doesn't matter how like I mean you still need like a decent batting. I'm not saying just go for some low level batting, but if you have decent batting, that's enough. You can still score some runs. But the bowling is what will win you matches at that ground, at that particular ground. And like he said, having Chahal back at RCB would help them immensely with that spin attack. They did try Hasaranga when they released Chahal, but I don't think that worked in their favor. And now that Chahal is back in the auction. I think they should go for him more than any other spinner. And looking at Ravi Ashwin, I think CSK might go for him. I don't. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure if a team like RCB can get both of them back, or both of them in the same team. Considering how many teams don't have like quality spinners, we'll see how that works
I mean,
out.
RR
And
did 3 years ago.
they did, they did. I'm not saying it's not impossible, but it's going to be a little bit tough. But again, they do need some pace attack, considering how they released like their main bowler Siraj. Now their only pace bowler they have retained is Dayal. I mean, he is not that experienced as compared to Siraj. So, like we talked about in the previous video, I think they will use that RTM card on Siraj most likely, and if not, they'll probably go for Shami, or with his test lens, he can do the same damage that Siraj used to do for RCB. So they'll look for a few pace bowlers. But other than that, I think one of their primary targets is going to be KL Rahul, because we've seen in like past few days how KL Rahul has been hinting that he wants to come back to RCB and he wants to win the trophy with that RCB team, and how he's a Bengaluru boy. He wants to come back to home. I think that could be one of the primary targets for RCB. I read somewhere that they have allotted a certain budget just to get back KL Rahul back on RCB. I'm not sure how that's going to work.
See, that budget is the exact reason why I'm saying they shouldn't go all out for KL Rahul, because pretty sure they have like, I don't know how true uh rumors are, but like they're definitely eking out something for KL Rahul and trying to get him back. And as a fan, I love the way KL Rahul bats, such an elegant, classy batter. People who have just started watching cricket in the lockdown or 2 to 3 years ago won't know how aggressive a batter he actually was before he took the captaincy in the IPL. Scoring a 14 ball 50 for Punjab, and like he scored a phenomenal 100 in West Indies, or against West Indies in Miami. There's no doubting the skill of the guy. He's a match winner day in and day out if you can just play without pressure. And I feel RCB can create that environment for him. But the only thing is, if they shell out, let's say 20, 25 crores for KL Rahul, they can't go for that bowling core that they need to win the league. You can have a KL Rahul at the top of the order, but your bowling will look like paper thin. And this is exactly why I don't want him. My strat would in like in contrast be just to allocate 60-70% of the budget for the bowling core. You've done enough trying to go allocating 50-60% of your budget for batting, or like even 70% for batting. You've done enough. It's not worked. Please change. Just put 60 to 70% towards your bowling, and then the difference is choose overseas batters that are not too expensive but have the skill, and Indian batters who are coming up the ranks. Like maybe Ashwin Hepburn to open the batting, or Priyansh Arya, or a young unknown commodities like that. Give them a chance and let them develop. Or bring back a Devdutt Padikkal. He won't go that expensive. He knows how to play at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. You have a lot of options who can open the batting for damn cheap. You can get 20 crores off of which you can buy KL Rahul for, and those 20 crores can be used to buy your Chahals, your Ashwins, your Shamis. And I think it's high time they put majority of the budget into the bowling and just buy batters who won't go for too much but can still help you score 200, 210 at that Chinnaswamy ground, which these stud bowlers, 5 stud bowlers, can defend day in and day out and make Chinnaswamy Stadium a fortress, which has not happened for the past 15 years.
Yeah, I just wanted to add on to that, that if they don't use that RTM card back on Fab du Plessis, uh, Virat Kohli would need a opener bat partner, right? I think one of the good I see, if not KL Rahul, they can go for Josh Butler. I mean, he could be a little expensive, but I think he would be a great fit for RCB, considering his leadership roles. Also, they could give him that captaincy. If not, if Kohli says no for the captaincy.
See, it's the same issue for me. He's gonna go way too much money. He's gonna go like 18 plus crores in the auction, or at least 15 plus crores. I'd rather buy bowlers with that and really build a strong bowling core at the Chinnaswamy, because that's what they've been lacking. Instead, like I mentioned a few names, Ashwin Hepburn, Priyansh Arya, bring back a Devdutt Padikkal, maybe give Manoj Bandage a chance. He's a finisher, but just move someone up the order, give Manoj Bandage a chance. I don't know, just uh allocate low budget for your batters who you've scouted, like actually scout properly, or get some few batters who have done something in the international circuit in recent times who won't go for that much and get them back. For example, you can have Will Jacks open with Virat Kohli. Will Jacks is devastating when he opens the batting. You can have Will Jacks open with Virat Kohli, have Rajat Paridar at 3, find a solid Indian middle order batter at 4, find an overseas finisher at 5, and then have a overseas wicket keeper at 6, and then go with people like Ashwin, Chahal, Shami, Yash Dayal, and then a proper overseas fast bowler like Rabada, Nuwan Tushara, or the multiple people that are available. I think it's a definitely affordable team because the bowlers will be the ones who warranty the money, and RCB has that money to splash on
Since
bowlers, and they can get batters
since
for
you're
cheap.
talking about bowlers, like I feel like then a great bowler that RCB could get on the team is Josh Hazelwood or Mitchell Stark.
Hmm.
I mean, they will go expensive, and since you're ta saying RCB should invest their money on these bowlers, I think they can invest on Mitchell Stark or Josh Hazelwood because they're players who can bowl. Like Josh Hazelwood can be a good new ball bowler. He could be a good addition to Yash Dayal, and if Siraj is also back, three openers. I mean, it's never a problem. Just I think Josh Hazelwood is a good death over bowler too.
Yeah, Josh Hazelwood is a very consistent bowler. He hits the same line length over and over again, hits the test match line and lengths. He can bowl with the new ball in the middle overs at the death. I think he's a decent option to look into as an overseas bowler. He won't go too expensive as well. He's always under the radar. He will go cheap and he'll be a steal in the auction, in my
What
opinion.
do you think about getting Mitchell Stark back home?
Please no. I had enough. So I seen Karan Sharma hit him for 3 sixes itself. Yes, he did good in the playoffs, but man, I'm not willing to put 20 crores on a player I can't trust to play on game in and game out. And I feel there's cheaper options available who can do his job. Plus, if they get a Shami or Siraj to complement Dayal with the new ball, there's no need for a Stark to bowl in the new ball. And that's his primary skill. At the depth, I feel his skills have been not as great as in the past. He's not as good a death bowler right now, and they need death bowlers. So I
Yeah.
think someone like a Josh Hazelwood, like you mentioned, would be a great fit. Nuwan Tushara has those that slinging action, those Yorkers. I think that kind of player would be a good fit, but I don't think Stark would be worth it, especially if he can't bowl with the new ball where he shines best.
If RCB does go back to their old plans of getting batters and investing heavily in batters, I think few low-level bowlers like I just wanted to say they could go for Umesh Yadav or Naveen ul Haq, or again they could get back Reece Topley, and we've seen how they could perform in IPL before. We've seen how they perform in IPL before, so I think these players could be like if RCB sticks to their old plans of going batting heavy and bowling low. I think these are players.
I
I'd
think
like to. Oh, can I mention
you can go
somebody?
on. You can go on. Yeah, I mentioned.
Yeah, Fazil Haq Faruqi was exceptional at the World Cup. One of the, I think he might have, other than Bumrah, I think he was like the leading wicket taker at the T20 World Cup. I don't know if it would be a good fit. I don't know whether it would be a good fit or not for RCB, but I do think he deserves a chance in this IPL just based on how he performed on the big stage.
Oh yeah, for sure. He'll definitely get a chance at some team. He won't be sat on the bench like SRH did to them, but he'll he'll definitely get a chance at some team, and he's definitely starting worthy. And I'd love if RCB can get him because he's not going to go for too much money. I think max 10 crores because he's not that big name. He's not that big name player who probably commands those big bucks, but he's been quietly doing his work and picking up wickets with the new ball and at the depth for Afghanistan. And he's a great talent. And another name I'd like to mention from that nation is Naveenul Haq. He was also excellent at the World Cup with his slower deliveries. And as we know, Virat Kohli and him have such a great bonding already going together. So, I mean, it'd be nice to see two fiery people like that on the same team, playing with each other and cooperating.
We've
But yeah,
seen
those are just two names.
how they would perform when Siraj used to be that firebrand too. He used to be a side character to Virat Kohli on that team. Always used to fire up people. But yeah, like again, there are other good bowlers like Rabada who have been released, and also Coetzee. A lot of pace attack that is in that auction that RCB. I mean, again, these are international players. You can only play 4 international players, but there's a lot of talent.
Yeah. And in my opinion, like you said, there's 4 international players. I definitely use one for a foreign fast bowler. Then I definitely go back for Will Jacks, a foreign opener, and then a foreign middle order batter, and then a foreign wicket keeper would be my 4 choices. Because foreign wicket keeper, like an Indian wicket keeper, is extremely tough to find. I know there's Rishabh Pant and KL Rahul, but for the reasons mentioned before, I'm not willing to splash 25, 30 crores on them, even though there's an emotional connect for me as well with KL Rahul. I sympathize with all you RCB fans as well. I would love to get KL Rahul back in the red and gold jersey, but I don't. I think it will screw up a lot of auction plans if we get
When you
him back.
said international wicketkeeper batter, there are 3 players that came to my mind who are openers, like Josh Butler, wicketkeeper batter, Quinton de Kock, wicketkeeper batter, Phil Salt, wicketkeeper batter.
Yeah,
Like,
Quinton de Kock, I can't take anymore. I've seen enough of him. I've seen enough of him. But the other 2 you mentioned are good options in my opinion. Josh Butler, like I said, too expensive. But Phil Salt is someone who won't go too much money in my opinion. He might go 10, 11 crores, but he did great for KKR. But again, he's an England player. Availability might be a concern, and he's not that big a name as Josh Butler is, so he might not go as much. And he'll be so good at the roads at Chinnaswamy Stadium. He'll give you quick fire starts all the time. But my only thing is, if we're getting back a Will Jacks anyway, then Will Jackson slotted in the middle, in the top of the order, and someone I really like towards the middle order for a wicketkeeper batter is Josh Inglis. He's been outstanding in the Major League Cricket that's happened in the USA as well. He's been striking it phenomenally. He can hit some big sixes. He can keep wickets really well. He's part of Australia's ODI World Cup winning squad. He's played some crucial knocks, and I think he's a very underrated player who won't go for that much money, but who can be a mainstay in the RCB lineup. So those are the kind of overseas players I want to target, who won't go for too much money, but will also command a starting spot and can make an impact day in and day out at the team. So I think if they follow these approaches, not go too much for batters, spend most of their purse on bowlers, I'm telling you, RCB fans, Isala Cup Namde.
Oh, you heard it. You heard it here first, guys. This year, could it be the year? We'll find out. But this was a lot of fun, and that is the end of the series. If you haven't watched the other 2 videos, please check them out and like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. You want to make sure you get the notification for all our uploads. And any last words, you 2?
Please, ನನಗೆ support ಮಾಡಿ. We're trying, so please give your support that you can. Yeah, thank you.
thank you. That's it.
All right, I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Take care.